Hi, welcome to Mo Adventures. Today we are in Jefferson City, Missouri, Missouri State Capitol. We're going to take a tour inside and also show you some other sights, so stay tuned. We are standing in front of the Governor's Mansion, the official residence of the Governor of Missouri. It was designed by George Ingham Barnett in 1871. It took about 7 months to complete and roughly $75,000. The home is an example of a brick Renaissance revival and includes a Second Empire style patterned mansard roof. The home is listed on the National Registry of Historic Homes. It is open for public tours, select months, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Reservations are required. We'll leave a link down below for more information.
In the background, you can see the state capitol, the Jefferson Trailhead, and down the hill, the Jefferson Landing.
We are at the Jefferson Landing Historic Site. This area became a commercial and transportation hub on the Missouri River after the seat of government moved here in 1826. The Loman Building was built by James Krupp in 1839. It used to be a tavern, warehouse, and grocery store, to name a few. In 1969, it was listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. Currently, it depicts an 1850s general store and warehouse.
What is now known as the Union Hotel was built in 1855 due to growing demands for hotel accommodations. Currently, it houses the Elizabeth Rozier Gallery with rotating exhibits emphasizing Missouri's history. Elizabeth Rozier was instrumental in helping preserve the building on the landing. The ground floor is home to Jefferson City's Amtrak station. The Loman Building and the Union Hotel are open from March until December. You can find more information in the link below.
Sculpted by Sabra Meyer, this five-figure monument commemorates the lasting tribute of Meriwether Lewis and William Clark through Missouri. The five figures include Captain Meriwether Lewis, Captain William Clark, York, George Juilliard, and Seaman. The sculpture commemorates the date of June 4th, 1804, when the Corps of Discovery encamped in the area.
The Capitol building sits on a limestone bluff on the south side of the Missouri River.
Here we have the Fountain of the Centaurs. It's located north of the Capitol building. The centaurs were designed by Adolph Weinman. Here is a bronze relief depicting the Louisiana Purchase Treaty. It was designed by sculptor Carl Bitter. It is one of two bronze reliefs. One is located here in Jefferson City. The other is at the Jefferson Memorial in St. Louis, Missouri. Jefferson City holds the distinction of having been created specifically to serve as the state's capital by the Missouri State Legislature in 1821. The city was named after Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and is the 15th most populous city in Missouri. You can see that the state capitol is going through a multi-million-dollar renovation. This is the first renovation since it has built in 1917. The building is 437 feet long and 300 feet wide in the middle. The dome stands at 238 feet high and has 500,000 square feet of floor space. It may look familiar to you as it was designed after the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. This is the third Capitol to stand in Jefferson City and was funded by an issuance of $3.5 million in state bonds. The first two buildings burnt down, one in 1837 and the other in 1911. All four floors of the Missouri's Capitol are open to the public. The best way to see the historic and decorative features of the building is by a free 45-minute guided tour offered daily. Check the website below for more details. Here are some propaganda posters from different countries.
One of the interesting things you'll find here in the hall is this honorary sword that was presented to General Pershing by the Lord Mayor of London. I'm standing in front of a model of the USS Missouri, a battleship that was commissioned during World War II. And actually, what most people don't realize is that the peace treaty between Japan and the United States was signed on the decks of the USS Missouri. It's also famous for being in the Persian Gulf War, the Korean War. Here I am standing in front of a 75mm German mortar that was captured during World War I.
The stagecoach was a common form of transportation in the frontiers of Missouri. We're waiting for our tour to start. If you've never been on a state capitol tour, you are in for a real treat. Each state capitol has its own history and decor. Follow us.
Here you see a painting depicting the first Missouri capital, St. Charles. We visited this in a previous video, and we'll throw a link to that. Welcome to the Hall of Busts here in the Missouri Capitol. Around here you'll see busts of people who either had great influence on the state of Missouri or are from Missouri. Let's take a closer look. This is a bust of Omar Bradley, who during World War II led the largest forces in U.S. history.
Of Andrew T. Still, Doctor of Osteopathy.
Standing in front of the bust of Jack Buck, often known as the voice of the Cardinals.
Here is Walter Cronkite. He was born in St. Joseph, Missouri, and he's best known as being the anchor for the CBS Evening News.
This is a bust of James Cash Penney, also known as J.C. Penney from the famous stores J.C. Penney.
Laura Ingalls Wilder, known for writing all the Little House books, lived in Mansfield, Missouri.
This is a bust of Edwin Hubble. He is most famous for the theory that the universe is constantly expanding, and the Hubble telescope is named after him.
Here is Susan Elizabeth Blow. She is best known as opening the very first public kindergarten. She's from St. Louis.
Here we have Robert A. Heinlein. He is often considered the father of science fiction writing. He was born in Butler, Missouri, and raised in Kansas City, Missouri.
And here we have Harry S. Truman. He was the 33rd President of the United States and the only president from Missouri.
Here's a bust of Stan Musial. They often call him Stan the Man Musial. And the reason we call him the man is one of his highlights of his career was he was selected to 24 All-Star games.
Here we have Scott Joplin, a Missouri ragtime composer. He's best known for the Maple Leaf Rag. Here is Charlie Bird Parker, pictured with his saxophone. He's from Kansas City, Missouri, and he's one of the founders of the bebop jazz movement. Born in Neosho, Missouri, artist Thomas Hart Benton painted the mural in the House Lounge titled A Social History of Missouri. He used average Missourians to give a sense of authenticity to the murals. Of the 13 panels, 6 deal with Missouri history, 4 are social scenes, and 3 panels deal with legends associated with the state. We finally made it home from Jefferson City. We hope you enjoyed today's video.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a like. If you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe button. And as always, feel free to leave a comment down below.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.